Okay, good afternoon from Australia. My name is Fedi. I'll be your facilitator for today. Thank you for your patience and thank you for connecting early and waiting for us. Sorry about that. Before we get started, just a couple of protocols to go through to make sure that we have a smooth video conference, many of which Monica just mentioned. Just a reminder about three things. First of all, what turns a good video conference into an outstanding one isn't actually speaking, but listening. Remember that the goal of this video conference is to move beyond conversation and into dialogue. I encourage you to listen deeply to what students in your partner school are saying and also to what peers in your own class are saying. Remember that active listening requires having your ears, eyes and hearts all attentive to what the person is saying. This includes positive body language. The best video conferences happen when students listen deeply and then respond with questions or comments. I encourage more than one student to answer each question. We learn so much more about each other's faith, beliefs and traditions when more than one person responds from their perspective. This includes adding your own perspective to something one of your own classmates has said. Finally, this video conference is about you as an individual. You are not here to represent your school, your faith community, or your country. You are here to represent you. So if your ideas are totally different to everybody else's in the room, you are more than welcome to share them. It's fantastic when people say, well, my friend has said this, but actually I think something different. I disagree with them. Disagreement is good. It is the core to everybody understanding how diverse we actually are. So if all of those make sense and you're ready to get started, can I just get a thumbs up, please? Thank you, Cambridge, and thank you, Central School. All right, so this video conference today, as we know, is about the environment. And I hope you've enjoyed preparing for this video conference and looking at the materials that Face-to-Face provide and obviously your own perspectives on the environment. As way of an introduction, I thought it would be nice if you could share with one another your own personal interactions with the environment. So when has there been a time where you've been connected with the environment or that you felt connected with the environment? Or is there something in your life where you've seen a negative impact on the environment and it's made you think about looking after the environment? So we'll start with Central School. If we can have 3 or 4 students please respond to that question. Thank you.
Hi everyone, Namaste, Tashdele, Assalamu Alaikum. Myself, Mandeep Kaur. I, on behalf of my friends, welcome you all with folded hands wholeheartedly. I belong to a small place called Harbatpur in Dehradun city of Uttarakhand state in India. I am blessed as I belong to the state of Chipko movement, where a common woman initiated this movement by clasping the tree trunk to prevent it from being cut down. Thank you.
Thank you for that introduction. Are there any other students who would like to share some of their own interactions with the environment? Thank you.
Friends, myself Riya. I want to tell you something about India's weather nowadays. Nowadays it's really very hot here in India. But having rain on this hot weather is really wonderful. When it's rain, my valley looks very beautiful and the smell of wet soil is so amazing. Also, my country is rich in mango and lychee orchards. They are really yummy. Thank you.
Hello friends, myself Neha. Friday is the gardening day in my school and in our class there are and we maintain our class gardens togetherly in our nowadays leaf fall is abundant. We collect these fallen leaves in a pit to make it compost for our plants. In this way I learn, I grow and I save my environment. Thank you.
Hello, myself Simran. I am sorry to say that it is unfortunate that in this beautiful place we faced environmental crisis last year in the month of June. This was our misfortune and we came to know that it is a man-made disaster and our government is trying to bring peace in order. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Before we move on to Cambridge, I'm wondering if someone could elaborate about the disaster which occurred in June. Thank you.
Hello friends, myself Rahul. I cannot forget those days, that is from 14 June to 17 June, when whole Uttarakhand state of India received heavy rainfall. This caused melting of glaciers at the height of 3800 meters and eruption of Mandakini river in that area. This, which led to heavy floods and aggravated into massive landslide. The flash flood affected 4 districts. They were Rudraprayag, Pithoragarh, Chamoli and Uttarkashi. Flash flood washed away many roads, bridges and infrastructure, leading to a high level of loss of life and properties. About 5,700 people were presumed dead. Thank you.
Hello everyone, myself Srishti, and according to the environmentalists, the reason for the disaster were unscientific developmental activities undertaken in recent decades, like the construction of roads in habitat style, new resorts, hotels built on fragile river bank to accommodate ever increasing tourism. More than 70 hydroelectric projects is going on the watersheds. These were all the things which led the disaster waiting to happen. Thank
Hello friends, myself Priyanka, and our government is trying to bring back the original glory of the place. Continuous efforts are being put on to resume the significance of the place by giving amount of compensation, promoting tourism, Prime Minister Relief Fund and roads are being reconstructed. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for all that detail. They did a fantastic job there. It's always good when the schools are very comfortable from the beginning of the video conference. Cambridge, would you like to share your thoughts on interactions that you've had with the environment? Thank you.
Hello, my name is Samha, and my religion is Islam, and it was really it was a nice experience planting a local plant, which was the gaff tree in the UAE, and we took care of it, and it was a great experience planting it with my friends in our own field. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Jessica, and I'm in year 9. Once after school, we had, I was with another group of students, and we had painted cardboard boxes which were going to be thrown away. We painted them and put them all around the school so that we could, so that there could be more places to put waste in all around the school, so that people wouldn't go around throwing waste, going around littering in the school. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Sarisha, and we live here in the UAE in Abu Dhabi, and normally the weather is really hot, but recently it has been a long winter. Especially this year we had a really long winter and a lot more rainfall than normal, so we have noticed the climate change, and I personally have also noticed the recent change in the climate. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Danielle and I'm in year 9. Yesterday I had gone for an Eco Club Summit with workshop with other schools, and there were 2 girls from our school, and we were talking to the students of other schools, and they said we were exchanging ideas on how to recycle all our waste in our school, and we had found out like many ideas on on how to help on how to help our school eco club. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Nidhi. I'll be talking about the community in general. Here in the UAE, we're one of the smallest countries, and yet we rank second in water wastage in general. And being a desert country, that's kind of ironic. So here as a community, UAE has now started a very active environment campaign using the Environment Agency, where we have school workshops, activities, and we try to plant more local trees here, because bringing in foreign foliage in general uses more water, and there's some awareness campaigns. So in general, we as a country and a community are actively trying to save water, electricity, and we've even had a recent development in a place called Masdar City, which is the world's first carbon-free city with no petrol or anything, relies completely on alternative energy sources. So in general, I think we're a very active community, and we need to move forward as well for many future developments. Thank you, and that's it from our school.
Some very impressive responses there from both schools. Thank you so much for sharing. Cambridge, I'm going to ask you first if you have any questions that you'd like to ask your friends at Central School based on what you heard earlier. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Isuri and I go to the Cambridge High School. I want to ask, like, was your school affected, and if it was, like, how was it affected by the disaster in June? So, thank you.
Hello, myself Mandeep. Last year we had a flash floods in the upper area, but our school is in lower areas, so it is not affected from it. Thank you.
Hello friends, my name is Vishal. My question is, what is the process of waste disposal in your locality? Thank you.
Hello. Um, my name is Nidhi again. Well, that really depends. Most of it is the conventional waste disposal, but we as a community are trying to avoid things such as incinerators or dumping in the water bodies here. So we actively try the reduce, reuse, recycle method and separating garbage. For instance, at many locations around the city, we have separate trash cans for plastic, glass, metal, and organic waste, and that we separate these wastes and send them to different facilities for reuse or recycling before it goes for disposal. So that way, at least 70% of our waste is processed or treated, and same goes for water sewage. There's usually a grey water treatment here where they recycle the water and use it for plants or foliage instead of throwing it away into drains. So I think that's what a community usually does for waste disposal. Thank you. And we have a question here from one of the students for your school.
Hi, I'm Krushita. And I have a question. You previously mentioned the Chipko movement, and I'd like you to briefly explain it in more detail so all of us here understand it better. Thank you.
Hello. The Chipko movement, it is started in a small village called Reni in Garhwal. It is initiated by the common women of the village. They prevent it by clasping the tree trunk to prevent it from being cut down. It is started in 1970. Thank you. It is the Hug the Tree movement.
Hello friends, myself Vikhyat. It's great that your country is trying to conserve environment and as your country is rich in oil fields, so please explain the advantages and disadvantages of digging these oil fields. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Isuri again. A disadvantage of this for this country for because it's relying on oil is that one day the oil will run out, like maybe in about 50 years, and then they will have to rely on other sources, like renewable sources. Like they could use solar energy because there's a desert and yeah, there's a lot of sun, and they can also use hydrogen energy from water. And yeah, thank you.
Hello, my name is Anne. Because it's an oil country, this country has a gets its money mostly from oil. It is a pretty prosper. It's a country who's pretty which is pretty prosperous. So, and we use that income for other ways of conserving fossil fuels. And as my friend had mentioned before, we have developed a city, Masdar. So the money that we get from oil, from the oil trading, we we use it for other environmental, um, save the trees, conservation plans, and that's it. Thank you.
Okay. Hello, I'm Nidhi again. So just to sum everything up, we're an oil-based economy, but given that it's a finite resource and we're getting more environmentally aware, we're using that to diversify into other prospects such as solar power, given that we have an abundance of sunshine. And yeah, basically that's what we're trying to do. And we also looking into moving to other industries such as UAE has tried to develop this car based on hydrogen as previously mentioned, as the only emission is water. So it's a clean emission fuel. So we're looking forward to other such technologies. We have questions here for that school. So.
Hi, my name is Desi, and I just wanted to ask that if your school was affected by the disaster, how would you have dealt with it, but in an environmental friendly way? Thank you.
Hello friends, myself Srishti, and if our area was being affected by the disaster, we would recover as in our country there are many disaster management teams which help in recovering with the disasters, and many funds being given to the place which is really affected, and compensation reconstruction processes will go on for the development of the city or the place being affected. Disaster management teams and many other teams are working for that. Thank you.
Hello friends, myself Vikhyat again, and we are given trainings for such type of situations. When there is any disaster or all, there are many types of rescue teams and all. Every year they come to our school and train us how to get out of this situation and how to cope up with this situation. Thank you.
Hi friends, I'm Rahul and I have a question that what if you have a robot in your house? I repeat my question, what if you have a robot in your house?
Hello, my name is Lisa, and
Yeah, if we had a robot in our house, then it will help us with our chores and environmental stuff. Yes, that's it. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Iman, and I'd like to inquire about how your school contributed to restoring Uttarakhand. Thank you.
Again, I'm Mandeep. Uh, our area has donated a lot, like Prime Minister Relief Fund had been given, and the older clothes and food have been transported there, and we have donated whatever we can donate to help them. Thank you. I have a question. There is general perception that UAE is not having another resource other than oil. So what are the source of income other than from oil?
Hello, my name is Sarah, and the answer to the question would be that the UAE is trying to diversify its income. For example, the country's leaning towards tourism, as it is it is a big industry in the UAE because of all the tourist attractions. So, uh, thank you, and financial services. Thank you. Hello, my name is Samha. I just wanted to ask, where is your inspiration coming, or how is it inspiring you to protect the environment, especially after the Uttarakhand disaster? Thank you.
Okay, that's a fantastic question. I'm just going to step in, if you don't mind. You've done a fantastic job. All those questions were great, and it's always good when the questions are actually about the topic, because sometimes we struggle with that. So thank you so much, and it's good to see that you can talk to one another without any assistance. I just want to jump in and ask one question myself before we move on to the inspiration question. And Central School, you asked earlier of your friends at Cambridge High about how they dispose of waste. I was wondering if you could shed light on how your community or your school takes care of waste management, and then we'll come back to the question about inspiration. Thank you.
Friends, I am Simran. After the disaster management, our government, our communities, different disaster management communities are trying to aware people. We in our school we also have an exhibition. Through this we can aware people, and also our students, and even in our syllabus we have a subject disaster management in which we are study how to cope up and aware ourselves. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else at Central School who would like to shed some light on your waste management systems? Thank you.
Hello friends, it's Vikyat again. And in our locality, the waste management system is like this. First, a van came and collect all the waste from the dustbins, and then the waste are separated as a biodegradable and non-biodegradable waste. Then biodegradable waste are decomposed by landfill method. Thank you.
Biodegradable waste are Hello, myself Simran, and biodegradable waste are decomposed by composting method, and non-biodegradable waste are also separated. If it is recycled, so we can recycle it, reuse it, and if it is iron ore, it's being transported to industries, etc., to recycle it again. Thank you.
Hello, again I'm Mandeep. We contribute by following the 4 Rs: reduce, reuse, recycle, and recover. The things which we can reuse, we reuse it, and the things like if we need 2 fans and we use the AC, so we switch off the ACs and reduce the electricity by conserving it. And in this style, we follows the 3 Rs. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you. Now, before we move on to the registration question, Central School has prepared a PowerPoint about some of the things that they do at their school in looking after the environment, which they'd like to share with you. And then perhaps Cambridge High School, you could talk about some of the things that you do at your school in a little bit more detail. And then we can move on to talk about why it is that you do these things. So Central School, Monica will share the screen with you now. And when you're ready, you can begin.
So are you going to show the PPT?
Yep, just 1 second. We're just setting it up.
So are you going to show the PPT? Thank you.
Yes, just one second.
A holy book, which is the Bible. In the book of Genesis, we have a verse which says, the Lord God put man in the Garden of Eden to work it and take care of it. Basically, what it says is that we are given the responsibility. We are made on earth and given the responsibility to look after the creations, look after the environment, and not to spoil it. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Sirisha. Apart from my faith, which is being a Christian, My family values instilled in me have made me aware of the environment, and I believe that as being a part of the environment, one must also have the consciousness that one should take care of it. And yeah, thank you.
I am Danielle. I really like Simran's point. Even I think that I belong to the environment and I should take care of it as a human being because we're put on this earth to take care of our surroundings. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Krushita, and me being a Hindu involves me and my entire family and our faith in general, taking part in the environment big time. Hinduism involves dharma, and dharma translated into English is basically duty. And taking care of the environment is considered as dharma. And if you don't, it's going to affect a certain thing that Hindus believe which is called your karma. And affecting your karma could lead to various um various consequences. And Hindus consider the earth as Devi, which basically means mother, and they think that you benefit from the earth. The earth, we don't give as much as we take from the earth. So if we ruin what we have, then there's no point in conserving and even having these talks about reducing if the message doesn't spread. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Isuri and I belong to a Buddhist family. And in Buddhism, I would like to quote a quote from the Dhammapada. It says, "Destroy the forest of desires and not trees. From the forest is fear born. By removing the forest and thicket, nirvana is attained." Monks. So it means that you should like protect the environment because it's where Lord Buddha attained the enlightenment, and it's important for us. And Buddhism has been the inspiration in recent times for much practical work on the environment protection. To quote a recent review of this activity, there has been
of environments, and that reflects on my views today. I also believe that if I say I don't care about preserving environment, it's just the same as it's just the same as I'm saying I don't care about the future. And technical speaking, finding resolutions with no results is just a waste of time. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Desi, and I'll just be quoting an anonymous quote, which is every single drop counts. And this quote simply summarizes that every single drop of water counts. Everyone plays a part in preserving our environment, and everyone can make a difference through what they do. And I also feel like this quote encourages and reassures people that they themselves can make a difference by simply doing little things like separating trash or simply raising awareness. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Anne. So I think we have come to a conclusion that each person has a different reason to protect the environment. For some, it may be family values. For some, it might be religion. For some, it might be the conscience that everything has its own consequences. And or some, it might be it's a duty that is given by God, and it is our duty to protect it. And for me personally, I feel that we had the opportunity to live in a world, and we should preserve it for our future generations. Thank you. That's it from our school.
Excellent. Thank you very much. I wish that we had another hour or 2 hours to continue this conversation. I'm sure that you still have questions for one another. Unfortunately, we are running out of time. And in fact, we are going to conclude this video conference in 5 minutes. Therefore, I'd like to ask you simply to share some reflections on some of the fantastic stuff you've heard. What I'd like you to think about is when you go home today to tell your family about today's video conference, what are you going to tell them? What's something that has surprised you today, something that you have learned today, something that you're going to take away from the video conference that you're going to share with your family when you get home? So let's hear from 3 students, please, only, because we are running out of time, from each school. And let's start with Central School. Thank you.
Again, I'm Mandeep. I, on behalf of my friends, thank all my new friends from Cambridge High School. It's been a great pleasure meeting you and interacting with you. It's a fabulous experience for every one of us. I consider this VC as knowledgeable, informative, and above all, enjoyable. The key point that I got from this VC is that there is no other option, but we must take care of our Mother Earth if we want to survive. Thank you.
Hi, I am Simran. My belief is that we are the beautiful creation of God and we are pervaded in this world. This world is a pious place. Let us join our hands to take care of this beautiful world. I believe together we can. It's a high time we should conserve our environment. Otherwise, it would be very difficult to bear the hotness of the weather. Thank you.
Hey friends, myself Abhishek. Today I am feeling blessed because I got this opportunity to interact with you all. I would like to thank all of you for interacting with us. I would like to thank our facilitator, Mr. Fadi, for facilitating us. Thank you all. The key point which I got from this VC is that we should contribute for sustainable development. Otherwise, in future, there won't be any beautiful planet like Earth to live on. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Cambridge, let's hear from 3 students, please.
Hi, it's Hiba again. What I really was shocked about was that all religions aim towards keeping the environment safe. Like, they all hold a certain responsibility towards the environment. It was quite astonishing for me. I would like to thank Central School for telling us about all the things which they believe in. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Sarah, and one of the things I learned, what I actually took from this video conference is that no matter how far away we live, there's one thing that brings us all together, and that is our love for the environment. I've also learned about many new concepts, such as the Chipko movement, which I've never heard of before, but now I am very interested in learning about, and yeah, I'm very motivated to preserve our environment further. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Suzanne. What I really actually learned from this video conference is that the different beliefs or faiths we all follow is just the same as in any religion or any faith. I've also learned a lot of different views from each one of you, and the different points of views which was really interesting. And I really look forward to have this video conference again, and thank you so much.
Hi, my name is Nidhi. Overall, this conference has been amazing, and you guys as a school have done a fantastic job. I'm really amazed by all the effort, and I thoroughly enjoyed the PowerPoint and everything you did. And I'd also like to say that we'd like to establish a partnership with all these eco projects because we're from such different environments, and yet we have the same goals. So I hope that all the initiatives we spoke about today come to a fruition someday, and that we get to meet y'all again. And thank you so much, and we've thoroughly enjoyed this. That's it from our school. Thank you.
Thank you very much. This has been a fantastic video conference. Both schools extremely knowledgeable and extremely passionate about the environment, and it's great that you could share your thoughts with one another. I strongly suggest that your teachers talk to one another about connecting for another video conference. It doesn't have to be about the environment, but you could continue this conversation for another hour easily. I'll be sending feedback to both your teachers that hopefully they will share with you. Again, congratulations. Thank you to your teachers for organizing this, and thank you to Monica who's been working in the background to make sure that you stay connected to one another. You may now say goodbye to one another, so open up your microphones and say goodbye. Thank you so much.
Yeah, please start.
Ma'am, please can we have the PowerPoint from the beginning? Here I am, Mandeep, present before you the glimpses of the exhibition organized in our school with the motive to aware students about the serious environmental issues and what are the ways in which we can contribute to save our environment. The first slide is about the Eco House. This is the model of Eco House, a house close to nature, where each and everything is eco-friendly. Next, please. This is the model to aware students about 3 R's that are reduce, reuse, and recycle. There are in 3 rooms in this house where things had been displayed which can be reduced, reused, and recycled. And the second model of this slide is the model of global warming, in which consequences and effects of global warming had been shown. Next slide, please. As you know, water is very essential for us, so model on how to save water. And again below, the 3 R's, reduce, reuse, and recycle. Next slide, please. How to test the adulterated food. This was another exhibit of the exhibition which caught almost everyone's attention. Next slide, please. This is the concept of the greenhouse effect and the global warming. And as I earlier said, water is very essential for us. So one more step towards saving water, the rainwater harvesting. Next slide, please. Leaf zoo. Zoo made from the fallen leaves. It is very creative and interesting. And the second model of this slide is the environmental crisis which we faced in the last year, that is cloud bursting. Next slide, please. That day, my friend presented a PPT on the global warming, which was the highlight of the exhibition. Thank you.